Righto!
Another week of
Netball Chat with Sam.
and Zach.
Round 6. Firebirds v Magpies. Look, I think the big difference was Erin Bell. They actually used her this week, and Maddie Robinson was really happy to feed into her. The Firebirds were double teaming Caitlin Thwaites.
Yep.
And that wasn't really working because Erin Bell was happy to take that ball, happy to pop it up.
And she was putting them up.
And
she was
she
getting the shots in.
33 from 39, which was only one less than Caitlin Thwaites. So she was a huge asset to them, and I think that
that was the make or break for them this week.
That was the biggest difference of their game.
But Erin Bell was really working the circle. She was popping in and out, using the space, and just going for shots. And it paid off, which was excellent.
Yes, interesting choices by Coach Christy Kevich-Birrell this week.
So Shea Brown had a run at centre. Kimmy Rave came on in the fourth quarter.
And Shani Layton also started on the bench.
Yes, that's right. Shani started on the bench.
So you think this really worked for them this week? Why's that?
Kimmy Rave, I think that when she came out, she really had that determination to get on the court, get that bib as her spot again, and she worked really hard down there attacking and feeding the ball in.
And I think Shani Layton was always on the court, even though she was on the bench, really. You could still see her. She was that 8th player from the bench. She still had the foghorn. She was still yelling out throughout the game. And then when she did come on in the last quarter, she made such an impact, took some critical intercepts.
Yes, she did. She did take some other intercepts during the game as well, got some good rebounds. It was hard work for her down in that circle. And, you know, Gretel Tippett, like we were talking about before, she is actually on fire every week. Her amount of work that she's doing on that court is phenomenal. I'm just loving how much she is putting pressure on the ball in defense. She is getting tips, she's getting intercepts. She's giving and going a lot on that transverse line. So not just moving the ball into the circle, but actually moving the ball down from the center third.
And she's got that height to her advantage over a lot of players. And she's so aggressive, not afraid to have some body on body and to take some of those shots in.
And I think that this is the case for the Birdies. I think that they played really hard in that game. It was just really unfortunate that in the end they lost by 5.
So a great game for the Magpies and keeping their season alive. Second game of the round, top of the table clash. Giants v Fever, and it didn't disappoint. They were playing for blood out there, which is interesting because there was an interesting blood call in the last 5 minutes of the game.
So from an umpire's perspective, please tell us, what is the rule with the blood?
Right, blood rule is that if there's blood on any player, or you scrape your knee or on your hand or on your face or wherever the blood is, you've got to come off the court and get it dealt with. So the umpire saw that there was some blood on Serena Guthrie's sock, and so she had to come off. Green came into centre. They brought a new wing attack on, and they played. And what they did, Serena Guthrie just rolled over her sock instead of changing it. So when she was going to come back on the court, the umpire said, "Well, you don't have the right sock on." The wing attack had come off, and Serena also had to stay off. And the umpire blew his whistle for time, and then all of a sudden there was a vacant position on court, so the Giants had to play with 6 players for about a minute of the game, while Serena's quickly on the sideline changing her shoes, and then she wanted to come back on as centre, but because the wing attack position was vacant, you could only come on as a wing attack. So the centre would have had to call time and come off which is Kim Green, they wanted to put Serena Guthrie in centre. And so Serena Guthrie had to play wing attack and Kim Green in centre for the last 5 minutes of the game. And that's when it was all even, and the Fever ended up winning the game. But I think the Giants will learn a lot from that little mix-up, little mistake. So Medhurst was brilliant.
Oh, Medhurst, once again, as we mentioned, third feeder.
37 feeds, 33 goal assists. So really, she was their only feeder.
Yeah, she is the feeder.
She is the Fever feeder.
Fever feeder. Fever feeder Fowler.
Fever feeder Fowler. Another fantastic game by Fowls. 53 goals from 56. Girls on fire. Fowler's on fire.
Fever fire.
And Medhurst only taking 10 goals because she had to do so much work outside.
She was assisting. We talk about how the Giants are technically the
best defensive
game.
Yes.
But can you just look at that attacking end? Guthrie, Green, Harton, Pettit,
and Bryce.
Pull
and Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green, just feeding is just like, sometimes I feel like she's not even looking.
No, she doesn't.
It's just like
bullet
boom.
passes.
Just like boom.
The smallest gap
Just
will
like
be
boom.
there.
It's just like boom. It's just, yeah.
Because literally she does catch the ball, and before she even lands, she's passing that ball.
Yeah, it's just like boom. Like I said, just like boom.
What is it again?
Just like boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Catch boom straight
yeah,
out.
yeah, just like boom.
Just like boom.
Yeah. Boom. 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 Boom.
I want you. You're looking dashing in pink there, Sam. What's going on?
Yes. So this evening I've decided to wear the pink to celebrate the Thunderbirds' first bonus point, first win.
Not just one.
Two quarters that they won against the Swifts on the weekend.
Well done.
Yay!
Finally. They weren't far away from the win, actually, only losing by 2. They won the third and the fourth quarter and only lost the first quarter by 1 goal. I think they were the more settled team out of the two of them. I don't think Swifts were my new Vixens this week. They were a bit over the shop.
Lots of changes, like every quarter, lots of significant changes. And I question whether or not you're going to get consistency when you are changing it up so much. How are you going to work out your best combinations and get some flow in your team when you're changing shooters, attackers, every quarter?
Well, I think the pressure got to the young team this week because, every other team this round have taken 8 points from the Thunderbirds because they've won all 4 quarters and they've gotten the 4 points for a win. And I think Swifts really wanted that, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves to win all 4 quarters, and it just didn't happen.
Abigail
Latu
Mifau got a run, and I think that she did really well with Nelson.
She got the first 2 goals and just straight through. And then Sasha Glasgow is back for them.
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
Shimo. And she got a few of her,
classic intercepts as the shooter puts the shot up. I think she really psyched out Wallace and House because her defence over the shot, they kept wanting to pass back out and pass back in and get a little bit closer and reset. Fiona Fowler played really well on Paige Hadley. We talked about Paige Hadley being one of our best wing attacks last week. And she was taken off in the second quarter, replaced by O'Brien. Proud had to pick up the slack. She was the one feeding into their shooters. And then Houseby doing a lot of work
moving that ball down, trying to feed it in.
The Swifts didn't look settled at all. They had to pass back to the transverse line, reset. Re-offer, pass out to Houseby coming out, pass across the circle. Lightning v Vixens, and Lightning now 3 from 3. We were a little bit critical of the Lightning at the beginning of the season. Maybe they were feeling the effects of Laura Langman, but last year's grand final winners have come good in the last 3 games. So I think a big difference was Caitlin Bassett. That Com Games hangover is definitely gone. 51 goals from 53.
Steph Wood working the ball into the circle really well.
Steph Wood had a great game. She 26 goal assists, 31 feeds.
Can't take away from their defence end though. Jeeves and
Carla Pretorius against Kamwenda and Phillip, which is a really dangerous
shooting combination, but they got the best of them, I think.
Liz Watson played really well again. She had 27 goal assists and 43 feeds. So that's just ridiculous. 43 feeds.
That's amazing.
No one else is doing any work there. Kate Maloney is a brilliant centre, but they are definitely looking for Liz Watson on the circle. And Liz Watson's just waiting for whoever opens up first or going straight over the top. And Kamwenda's with them.
Always the aerial, for Kamwenda, who can just jump up there and get them
in the roof.
So graceful.
But no longer 100%.
No. Okay, so this week we wanted to just put a little bit of a highlight on intercepts. How crucial are intercepts to the game? When are they needed? How does it affect statistics and your team? And also, what is an intercept and how is it performed? So, and then also reflect on some good intercepts this week that were taken. So, Zach, as a coach, did you just want to talk us through maybe what an intercept is?
Okay, so an intercept occurs when a player, can be defending or offensive, takes a ball cleanly away from the attacking side, and it's not a tip, so it doesn't mean they tip the ball and then it falls. It means they take the ball cleanly and then they pass it off to another player on their team.
They intercept the play and gain possession of the ball. Please share some of those tips with us.
Look, just, using some of the hacks from some of our great players, aka Gabby Simpson and Shani Layton. So to check them out. Obviously, it's about moving forward. You've got to move forward towards the ball. But also, particularly with some of the high balls and the Hail Marys, it's really important that you are jumping from 2 feet.
2 feet.
I see a lot of players sometimes trying to take an intercept and they're a bit off balance, or they've only got 1 foot on the ground. But you can actually get a lot more height using the 2 feet push off. So making sure that you're always moving your feet, particularly if they're a holding shooter, you've got to be on the side, you've got to be in front, you've got to be behind, and you've got to move those feet. Give yourself some space, get off that body, and then 2 feet to jump, take that ball and throw away. We see a lot of intercepts sometimes when an attacking player is stationary, so they're waiting for the ball to come to them, and then that moving defender will come through the space, come through in front, and because they're driving towards the ball, because their vision is good about where that ball is coming, they'll come through, take that ball, keep running, and offload.
Momentum to offload.
Yes.
How
it's a game changer.
Yeah, well, I was going to say how crucial. It's a game changer. It affects...
changer.
Yeah. Now, I remember watching that Firebirds Magpies game, and there was a timeout called by the Firebirds in the last quarter. They were down by 2 goals, and Gabby says... You can hear her, she's like, that's just 2 intercepts.
Literally is a game changer. If you want to win ball, then the only way you do it is through a tip or through an intercept, and it gives your team that kind of momentum they need. And they always seem to happen at the most critical points in the game. And we know, like with Geitz, with Bruce, with Clow, with Leighton, we know that they're hunting. They're ready. They're ready to come out of that circle, take a big intercept, and you can feel it. You can feel it. But it's so good when attacking players take some of those intercepts and take the pressure off some of the defenders. So some of our great attacking intercepts have been Houseby, brilliant. Tippett, obviously. Steph Ward we saw take some really great tips.
Mahalia Cassidy took some this week as well. It's good.
Let's look at some of the stats this week. I've taken some of our big interceptors. So Sarah Clow, 5 intercepts. She was our biggest interceptor this week, followed by Stacey Francis on 4 and Bruce on 3. So if you look at how well the Fever played this week, they're that is proof, because those two are in the top 3. Shimo took 3. We talked about how well she did. Brazel 3.
Brazel, she took 3.
Big wing defence. McCulloch 2, Simpson 2, Bully 1. So we talked about Mentor and Pretorius having such a great game this week, but they had really high deflections. So that means they either just tipped it and then
chased it up and maybe gained possession.
Yes.
Or maybe they tipped it and deflected, and someone else in their team picked it up and gained possession. So get out there, jump off your 2 feet, get your timing right.
Move. Don't be stationary. Get off the body.
Get some intercepts. Get intercepting.
Yeah. And as we talk about in our training sessions, you want to take a Gabby Simpson, or you want to do a Shani Layton or a Laura Geitz,
Yeah, so, I'm still aiming for one Gabby Simpson for the whole season.
I took a Laura Geitz last week in indoor, so. Right, update on tips. A little bit depressing for me, personally. I've faltered this week, only 2.
And I got 3, so woo-hoo!
Who's looking up? You're looking good for the second half of the season.
Yeah, maybe that's my time.
Comeback trail.
Yeah, maybe I'm on the comeback trail, so watch out.
Let's look at round 7 because this weekend is the bye round, so it means that all teams are taking a break off. But we will look forward to round 7. So we've got Vixens v Fever in Melbourne.
Yeah, look, Fever.
I'm going to go Fever as well. Thunderbirds v Firebirds in Adelaide. I've got to do a shout out for this game because our first subscriber, Olivia Turner, she will be there at the game cheering for the Firebirds. Hey Olivia, good luck, enjoy the game.
Hashtag we are purple.
Hashtag we are purple. So I'm going to go for the Firebirds.
Firebirds for sure.
Yeah,
Birdies all the
they'll
way.
be back.
Yep.
Giants, Magpies. I'm going Giants.
I'm also going to go Giants.
And last game, Swiss v Lightning. Ooh.
Lightning all the way. Don't start this Swift system of Vixens nonsense, okay? Lightning, 3 wins in a row.
Danger time for Swifts. I'm going to go Swifts.
Okay, fine.
Fantasy
time.
Fantasy team. Goal shooter this week, I had Fowler. I put a...
Oh,
back
really?
in.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, hello, 53 goals. Really? Goal attack just because she made the difference for the Magpies.
This was super hard.
I went for Erin Bell.
Yes.
I thought wing attack was hard. Brown, Green, Robinson, Pittman, all having great games. But hey, after those stats, how can you go past my girl Liz Watson? Centre, but I'm going to go with Maddie Proud because I think she made the difference for the Swifts this week. Wing defence, I'm having a Brazil blush.
Yes, me too. Me too.
That's 3 weeks in a row for me.
Yes.
Goal defence, I'm going to go Beck Bully. And goalkeeper, because we said she was the Intercept Queen this week, Sarah Clare from the Swifts.
Alright, well, this week, I've gone with Caitlin Bassett goal shooter. She also got 53 goals. Well, she got 51 out of 53
But
attempts.
her best goal.
Yeah. I've also gone Erin Bell at goal attack. Wing attack, you're right. Once again, wing attack galore. But I've gone with Chelsea Pittman.
Yay! Yeah.
At centre, good old gutsy Guthrie. Yep, also got the Brazil blush going. Love Ash Brazil. I've gone with Pretorius for goal defence. Because she, had some crackerjack moments. Intercepts, as we mentioned before. And Shimo in goalkeeper. These ones. Love it. Love a bit of Shimo.
Yeah, look out for that one this week.
Like I said, Thunderbirds love.
Yeah.
You see?
Feeling
it. So that's my fantasy time for
Run
this
some
week.
time. So, week off next week. We're taking the bye round.
What are you doing?
What am I doing with my non-public holiday? Well, we're going to be hard at training. So.
Well, we've got some time up our sleeve because we won't be watching netball.
No. Special mention to Samm. Last week, she talked about how the husbands, aka
Renee
Ingles' husband, was on the sideline. Guess whose hubby made an appearance at the netball courts on Saturday with the kids? I think he was feeling jealous about Renee Ingles' husband. So
first one of the season and we're halfway through.
Rockstock, Rocco, he was there.
Not really.
So
it's not really shout out to me. It's
shout out to Rocco because doing it for the dads. Hashtag doing it for the dads.
Okay.
Hashtag. Guess what we're doing, guys?
With Hearten headbands. Hashtag
headbands
with
Hearten.
Yeah. So we're really desperate
we're stepping
here.
it up.
Yeah,
we're stepping it up. Like
even...
Mrs. Hearten's here. We've got our headbands on.
Yeah.
Like so, we're showing the Hearten.
We're ready with our selfie and our headbands. And that's another week of Netball Chat with
Samm
and Zach.
See you guys.
Let's not take away the loss from the Firebirds. They'll be fire in their eyes. Yeah.
Fire in our eyes.
Well, I was gonna say, Gretel, she's on fire.
For the Firebirds.
Yeah, but this girl is
on fire.
This girl is on fire. Yeah, that's all I know. Yeah. Maybe I need to go to Priceline and get some shimmery stuff to support Shimo. Shimmery supports Shimo. Yeah, I tried.
Using a ShamWow. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why? Where did that come from?
I don't know, I always like that word.